And here we are in our matchup here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And please vote for your crowd favorite by clicking those wonderful circles on your screen, made possible by the Darwin Spectator Experience, brought to you by Scavenger Studios. Our crowd favorite is Mira.
Hey, what up?
How are you doing today?
Hey, good, thanks, man.
All right, well, good luck with the match. The crowd certainly hopes that you'll do well.
Thanks, man.
All right, so we do have our crowd favorite set here. Mira going to go through the beginning of this match. Already knows that there is someone kind of close. Now, he kind of thinks that they're going to start to go across that bridge. That's generally the normal path, but we will have another fight going off in the canopy zone, as we like to call it. Or some people will call it Ewoks. Mira does get a nice shot off across the chasm, but doesn't seem too interested in going to pursue that at all. He's just going to go ahead and keep looting. You know, it is worth it to try to go for that electronic right off the bat, but you know, there are better things to go for here. Now, we will get the spectators involved and go ahead and give some wood to your favorite player here in the Darwin project. Show your support with 3 wood, brought to you by Wood Delivery Guy for all your wood delivery needs. Mira is just lying in wait here. There was a fight that could have gone on in the canopy zone,
it's
but
the word that makes it good.
Mira obviously has the support of a lot of our spectators today. Goes for that axe. Steph is definitely not someone that you want to mess with here. He's going to try to glide her away. And maybe he decides to get into the fight once again. That may have been a reposition. He's definitely a pretty aggressive player. So he knew that there was some tracking to be had on the other side of this one. So we'll just go ahead and take that. And he sees that Mira is running away right now. So may as well just continue doing his own thing right now. Has a beautiful leopard skin. Steph, that is unfortunate that you went into the tripwire, but you do look pretty good in your skin there.
You like my butt? You like my butt?
I'm sure there are a lot of people that like your butt, not just me.
Alright, good. Just checking.
All right, well,
I'm scared.
that's all right. Maybe you won't be scared for much longer. But good luck with your game.
Thanks, man.
All right, so we're continuing on here. We could possibly have a fight by Mr. Russian and GS over here in Deep Snow. You notice that a lot of these players are, I don't know, they're pretty passive to start. Nice little jump by GS, so that's a headshot to start it off. Quick in the heads real hard here in Deep Snow. Now his mobility is a little bit limited. Goes for the axe when he's knocking Mr. Russian away. Looking for more of these jump shots, but the early game is fraught with being low on arrows, so they do have to be a little bit more careful with these shots. Mr. Russian picks up the health pack, and that'll put him a little bit better into top shape. Beautiful arrow onto GS, who's currently going for those parries right now, but the tripwire has been laid. The trap has been set, and it's been triggered by Russian. He'll go in for another axe, taking GS low. GS not looking very good. In fact, that's our first blood. Going to the Russian, player number 3. Puts that fire down right quickly, and he will immediately go for that loot on the body. Now we're back into the fight, the big battle, with lots of claying axes between Dragomata and Steph Knight. Steph Knight just keeps on running in. They keep smacking each other, being limited in mobility by those beds. Drago gets smacked a couple times, but it's not going to matter as he takes Steph out. The EU cage match, as Steph calls it. Well, after that fight, I think it is a fantastic time to go for Electromania. All of these players deserve some electronics since they have made their way into the top 100. So let's give them the best opportunity they can to show their abilities here.
A new electronic.
Now, with 10 players in the match, make it 8 now. There's going to be a little bit more competition over all of these electronics. We see Ghost Dog trying to contest one against Mira here, 2 levels up in the Lumberjack so far. A couple arrows there as well. Mira goes for the electronic, but will get knocked away very quickly. So this seems to be the only electronic that's getting contested right now.
Northeast zone is about to be forbidden.
Ghost Dog will run up on this one, trying to take a certain path up there, but Mira has been knocked way below the fighting arena right now, so he doesn't really seem too interested in getting back in the fight either. Both players thinking that they're going to disengage from that electronic and wait a bit longer. Zero was lucky enough to go for an electronic that wasn't being contested at all. He'll make his way into center with, again, not really too many people there. We do see another strat from Drago Matto. He's hanging out in the Forbidden Zone right now. Picks up the energy shield and has 22 seconds left on the teleport, so he should be rather fine to get out of the canopy zone. I'm a little bit disappointed that we don't get to see Ewoks any longer in this match. Gat Shell does put down the tripwire. Got hit once by Frost. Tripwire down immediately. Frost looking to put down another trap. Looking for the time. Axes galore. Oh, but here comes the Teleaxe. Frost doing some damage with that one. And a little bit more with some arrows. Taking Gat Shell rather low. Bear trap put down. Also having a lot of players congregating in that southwest zone. Frost max Gat Shell. Gat Shell stuck in the house. He's down to so little health. Gat Shell puts the bear trap in the opening. I think Frost should expect that one, and he will break it. And Gat Shell says, "Get out of my house." This one's mine. Cage trap put down, but Gat Shell hits Frost through it. He'll teleport out. Doesn't even matter. Shield popped. That's going to keep Frost alive for a little bit longer, and Gat Shell does not have that luxury at all. He becomes our third death in this weekly showdown match, and 0-0, sensing the blood on the ground, will be jumping into this one. He's got the camo. He's got the deer leading him into the fight. Frost says, "I'm getting out of here." Time to go, but he's not getting very far. Camoed, 0-0, still chasing him. Frost is looking a little bit cold right now. Still had some life left on that glider. Still moving around. We have got a lot of ability points to use here, so let's go ahead and leave the closed zone up to a spectator vote. Both players getting some damage onto each other. 0-0 going for the track, and there was a fireplace down because Frost is looking a little bit cold right now. Still needs to warm up near that one, and 0-0 wants to get aggressive here. A beautiful arrow is going to knock Frost on the side of this house, looking through the window, and he pops the kill onto Frost. 0-0 picks up that one, has a nice chest in the house, and he's got the nice little lazy boy to take a seat in and take a load off if he wants to. Also got lucky enough to get an armor out of that chest. Now we see a lot of players going towards that middle zone. Let's make things a little bit more worth it for them, huh? Let's go ahead and put the electronic out in that center zone as well. And I think our spectators want to get into the action a little bit more here, so let's go ahead and give them the opportunity to give some wood here to our competitors.
A new electronic is available.
Possibly looking at another fight here between Dickacator and Ghost Dog. I probably said that name extremely wrong, but you know, when you have a hat that cool, people are going to mess up your name. Drago takes takes that wood with a little bit of a teabag on his part.
Sure, bro.
Ooh, nice little hit on the electronic is going to knock one of our players away from this. Ghost Dog looking for some tracking, tapping the electronic, almost looking like he wants to take it. Dicka getting stuck a little bit underneath the outcropping. And Ghost Dog, oh, he could have paid dearly for that one. The zone closing will break up this fight a little bit. Meanwhile, Mira, he's gotten into a fight with Drago Matto, who is our wood receiver here. Drago inside the cabin, trying to make a bit of a home for himself. Now Mira drops into the Forbidden Zone just to get some repositioning onto this one. He needs to have a line on his opponent. So that's exactly what he's going for here, trying to aim between those logs. Has been tracked, and well, he's going to try to make for a break for it right now. Looking to get some kind of advantage here. He was tracked. He needed to create some space. And he gets out of there for a bit. So we have a bit of a lull in the action here. Even though we do have 6 players left, a lot of these players, their priority is to stay alive here, because the longer you stay alive, the better chance you have of getting into that final showdown and getting a beautiful silver skin in your pockets there. That is one of the prizes for making it far in this weekly Top 100 Showdown. Happens every time that those leaderboards reset.
A new electronic is available.
Presided over by our benevolent overlords, Scavenger Studios. Mira will run up on this one. the deer, but he is being scouted out by the Russian who says, no, Mr. Deer is my deer. That was probably a really bad accent, but I apologize, and we'll just move on from it, huh? Sound good? All right. It's too much pressure for me to do a good Russian accent anyway. In any case, we got Mr. Russian watching some radar real quick. I do hope that eventually he will tell me his real name so that I may use it correctly. But unfortunately, I do not read Cyrillic, so that's just what we're going to have to stick with. Knows that Mira's here. Oh, man. Drago catching Dika out in a trap. Always hate to see that one. You're just running through the frozen wilderness of the Darwin Project, then suddenly there's a trap right in your path. Hate to see it happen, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that you can hope there is that you have your armor up and you avoid taking the damage. Mira trying to play around in the grove. He does get the tracking off of that chest, I believe, and he'll put the fire down. Mr. Russian trying to jump around the trees. Mira was ready for that one, but didn't manage to hit his shot there. Still hanging out. Russian into the open. He breaks the trap. But Mira is unfazed right now. Tracking will go out. Now he knows exactly where he is behind that tree, looking for the peak. Not there. Russian decides to go for the parry instead of shoot the arrow. Nice little choice there. There is 0-0 who's coming around the... Oh, no. He has the advantage here. But Mira, he knows absolutely where his opponent is right now. And Mr. Russian has now been tracked. He has to wonder who that's by. Someone who could come in to try to vulture this fight. And he may try to disengage. He knows that there could be someone joining this very shortly. He'll sit in the radar room, the cabin. We've got 4 people in here, and 0-0 says he wants in. Mr. Russian immediately gets out of there. Since when you start fighting in this kind of situation, there could be so many different people that get into the fight, and you have no idea when they're going to be there or what they're going to do. 0-0 with a full-out lumberjack. Full out on all of his buildables here. Has one bear trap and 2 tripwires. And a deer. All these people have been doing so much. Let's see. Spectators, where do you want to close the zone? We've got about 5 different people in the center zone. 1 person in the southeast. Do we want to fight? Do we want to break up a fight? Tell me what you guys want. And the spectators have spoken. It is going to be the center zone. So they want to break up this fight. They want to move all of these players out of the zone. Say to heck with all these traps. That was an overwhelming majority there. And Dickacator is just kind of staring off into the forbidden wilderness there. He does have a lot of time to get out. A very clear path, but there is a 0-0 that could very shortly be chasing him down. Creating a little bit more tension in the match. That's what these spectators are about, and I definitely say that I like it. 0-0 with the camo shot on the Dickacator. They're both going to try to jump around Tier 0, still going for the pursuit. 20 seconds left in the Forbidden Zone, so there is some time here, but 0-0 decides to get aggressive on the Dickacator, but not for too long. He just wants to get some info on his opponent, and he says, okay, it's much better to stay warm than to go for kills right now. Still jumping around. Electronic just randomly placed down in that southeast zone as we have relocated 3 different members into that zone as well.
2 zones remaining.
The action moves fast here in the Darwin Project, cramming 6 people into just 2 zones. Oh no. Dickacator saw Mr. Russian over there. He builds a fire. Goes for the arrow. Not going to hit it. Player number 3 has been playing a fantastic match so far, leaving when he needs to, getting into fights to please our audience. Dickacator goes for the track on to Mr. Russian, who had his armor broken, but he's still looking pretty healthy right now. Could be another fight happening in the east zone between 0-0 and Ghost Dog pretty soon. 0, he's been a little bit aimless this match. He's chased people for a little bit, but in the end, he ultimately decides that he has better things to do, goes for some positioning instead. Wow, interesting from Dickacator, just trying to hit that deer there.
Look at my aim, please.
Don't worry, we were not noticing it at all.
Thank you.
But it'll be interesting to see where this next fight ends up breaking out. Drago gets a track
A new electronic
onto Mr.
is
Russian,
available.
but Mr. Russian again decides that there are better things to do than to get involved in a fight here. 6 members, 2 zones. Eventually they will be forced into just 1. Anything else we can do here? We can warm up somebody. Spectators, your last chance to say who's going to get warmed up here. Show your support for one of our members here in the weekly Top 100 Showdown. 0-0 finally gets into the fight here against Ghost Dog. Ghost Dog trying to hang out behind the tree. He'll teleport away. And 0-0 says, no way, Jose. You're not getting out of here today. Headshot from 0-0. He'll get healed up as he goes for the kill. 10 votes. The spectators love him here. And I can't really disagree with them at all. Ghost Dog keeps putting something down behind this. He's going to get smacked around. Trap taken down. 0-0 picks up his tripwire. Now with that shield still going, 0-0 did hit his opponent very far away. So he will move on up here against Ghost Dog. Crafts and armor back up. Could possibly have another fight, but we've got 4 members making their way in here. It's going to be a fracas over in the campsite. 0-0. Just going to try to check the radar here. And oh man, there are so many people over here right now. Mira, 1 shot on the Ghost Dog. That's all he needs, and Ghost Dog will evade it for now. Misses a shot in midair as well as Dicacator gets into his own fight against Mr. Russian. They are going to be duking it out over there. There could be a fight right here, though. But we do have more going on. Dicacator just trying to heal up inside of the house. Lots of stuff going on. Ghost Dog finally dies.
5 players.
Drago Matter, the one to pick that up. At 0-0, he is running away from Mira right now. We'll go back over to Dicacator and the Russian. As the Russian may have a beat on this one.
Is about to be forbidden.
He really should have every right to go on to Dicacator and try to move him into lava or something. Do something with him. He knew where he was on the radar. There we go. Hits the first shot. Now he pops his shield to go in. Now this could be a very bad decision since they are in the Forbidden Zone. Could just not get knocked up against the wall. But Dicacator also has to move out of this as well. 5 players getting moved into 1 last zone. There's a hot coffee available for the Russian, so this coldness will not really affect him too much at all. And Dicacator has different things on his mind right now. Go ahead. He'll go ahead and build a fire. 3 levels into the Lumberjack, 3 into the Ghost Cloak.
Fuck.
We'll try to keep that off of the Twitch stream as much as we can. Zone is closing. Dicka caught on the wrong end of it. The Russian, he's still got his coffee available. Just checking for any traps there, but Dicka tries to jump on over. Is right next to the Russian, and the Russian's going to start it out. Armor broken. He's not looking great. Telliax forward. Misses it by that much. But I would say that the Russian has full control over this one. He teleported a little bit far over Dicacator, who is not looking too healthy right now. But you have to beware the vultures, and Mr. Russian's kind of lost track of this one. Dica now just doing everything that he can to try to keep himself alive here. 1 shot taken by Drago, 1 shot hit onto the Russian. Shield popped. Will stay there for a little bit longer. Oh, instant shield from Dragomato, keeping himself safe. The Russian keeps himself alive for a little bit longer. Dicacator, he really wants to get in on this fight. He's just looking for anybody that he could try to take down, and no way! The Russian will find him in the middle of that tripwire, which was placed down earlier. At least I think it was a tripwire. There was a lot of stuff going on there. Drago places down the bear trap. Has the body available to loot, but the Russian is just lying and waiting in the bushes. Waiting for his opportunity. He's going to have to move fast. And they're just going to move the body around a little bit longer. Disrespect to the dead. Drago moves on up. The Russian looking for the shot. 0-0 has really just kind of played an aggressively passive game. And can we call it that? Well, the zone starts moving in. It is time for these players to start going. They have to make something happen here in the final zone. we could have a very tense situation like we saw in our Asia Pacific match. Hoping for one of those, actually. Drago moves on up. The Russian sends out the arrow, picked up by Dragomato. They'll continue to move on in, but as they move on in, they are even closer to the current residents of the center of this zone. They're still going to go for it, though. The Russian hits one shot, breaks the armor. There's the shield, and the Russian's going to get knocked even further into the forbidden zone of forbiddenness, as they do like to call it. Knocked aside, teleports on back, and the Russian gives himself a little bit more space here, but he has to continue to move on in. Mira, interestingly enough, hasn't really given himself a good position here. He's kind of on the back foot in this forbidden zone, and he'll be forced to move on in. Now, there are lots of places to hide here in the campsite. Lots of tents, lots of benches, lots of cliffs. This will make for a very interesting final battle as the Russian gets put up against the wall. Mira picks up 0-0 in the trap, but 0-0 doesn't really seem to care. He takes the axe for 300 damage to Mira. And there we go! Dragomato in from the side to pick up that kill, taking us down to 3 here in the final zone. And let's go all stealthy-like. We just wait for our players to take that spot in that final battle. Remember, only one of these players will get that guaranteed slot with it. 8 other Showdown matches, the top 1 of each of those will make it in. And then we are down to ranking, kills, and time survived in order to make it down to that last battle. The Russian takes out a trap, I believe. Drago still working his way around here. 0-0. He's healthy. He's got his armor up. And he's got a lot of leather to craft with as well. Okay. Takes the axe to Dragomato. Puts him on the low ground. Also has a health pack and the coffee. Now he's going to keep maneuvering those bear traps, trying to catch someone out. It's looking a little bit cold. Here comes Matto. It says, no, not today, sir. You can just stay over there. Matto almost wasting the shield a little bit here. It is all gone and nothing. 0-0, that is. Could have this one in the bag. Keeps up picking up that bear trap, putting it down. Camo giving himself a little bit more room here as the Russian plays it silent. Plays out behind that red tent. Does 0-0 know where he is. He's crafting the tripwire right next to him, but the Russian makes that stealthy escape. Somehow gets around that tripwire. Now everybody's here. Tripwire broken. 0-0 looking for the position. Might just let these two duke it out, really. He's got 1 kill so far. He just picked it up. Let's see if he can pick up another. He knows exactly where both of these members are, waiting for them to just pop up next to one of those tents. And this match, I mean, is there anywhere else that we could end an intense match among all of the tents? Dragomato, you were showing a little bit of a bicep there, my dude. 0-0 wants to get aggressive. Here comes the Russian. Says, nope, this is my tent. This is my territory. You will not be coming over here today. Just popping up again and again. Over that tent, 10 arrows left for 0-0. Dragomato looking for his shots. Will not be finding them. And here comes the Russian looking for it. But Dragomato will pop that shield in time. But here comes the bear trap as the Russian's been stuck. He's getting stuck into the forbidden zone. And 0-0 just tries to get him out of here. It's not happening, though. And 0-0. He has every opportunity here to win this one. Knocks Dragomato out next to the electronic. The Russian up on the high ground. He's made a fire to try to keep himself warm. 0-0 has every single opportunity he could possibly hope for here. Dragomato, though, comes in from the backside, popping 0-0's armor. He's got another one. Of course he does. The Russian will heal up. That gives him a little bit more of a chance in this battle. 0-0, though. He's played a hell of a match. He's going to pop that electronic hit once again, down to 3 arrows. This is what we like to call the arrow graveyard situation. The Russian trying to do everything he can to stay warm. He's running up onto 0-0. 0-0 looking for the shot, had the advantage on the tents. Looking for the axe. Oh my gosh, the tele-axe over the head. 0-0, absolutely savage with that one. And he continues to go for this. The Russian gets the tracking. Very important here. Takes down the tripwire. 0-0. Looking over the side. Goes for the axe. Could go for another one. He gets it. Are you kidding me? 0-0. He had every opportunity to win that, but still makes it look so damn good. What a win for 0-0. Makes it in to the final battle here in the top 100 showdown. What a match. What a game. What a Darwin project.